Hello guys, today we are going to the movie review. Movie name is H. Ventura Where Nature Calls. 1995, it combined sequels featuring Jim Carrey as the essential and flamboyant detective H. Ventura, directed by Steven Ortega. The film is known for its slapstick humor, absurd situation, and carry an energetic performance in this installment is Ventura travels to Africa to raise a rare white pet that is crucial to saving a local village from a curse along the way. The sequence plot summary. In this installment, Ace Ventura travels to Africa to retrieve a rare white bat that is crucial to save a local village from a curse. Along the way, he encounters animals, essential character, and a series of hilarious mess-up, all of which showcase carry trademark visuals, voice and comedic timing. His photos make the film chaotic but entertaining experience. The supporting cast include and Anxious is the villains and a cast of essential characters that add flavors to the story, humor and style. The film's humor is largely slapstick and absurd, often involving physical gags, goofy animal antics, and serious situations. It's a comedy that embraces its satire, aiming to entertaining audience with its over-the-top antics and carry and comedic genius. Critics. Overall, yes, Ventura when nature calls is hilarious if somewhat sort of comedy that highlights him. Carry comedic talents, it's best enjoyed by fans of slapstick humor and Gray's unique styles making. Collateral best enjoyed by fans of slapstick humor and Carey unique style making it a memorable elevated silly film in the comedy genre. Age Ventura Van Pictures Call 1995 Full Movie Review Overview released in 1995 Ace Ventura when Natural calls in the energetic and widely essential sequels to the 1995 hit Ace Ventura by detective directed by Steve Aldrich. These films continue the adventure of Jim Carrey's flamboyant and unpredictable but detective Ace Ventura, known for its outrageous humor, slapstick comedy, and Carrey signatures over the top performance. The movie has commented itself as a cult classic in the comedy genre. Plot summary. The story picks up with Ace Ventura living a somewhat Sequel's life after his previous adventure, his signature sensitivity and love for animals remains intact. The plot takes into gear when plots where the story pick up with his Ventura living a somewhat sequeled life after his previous adventure. His signature essences and love for animals remains intact. The plot kicks into gear when is signet summoned to Africa to recover a scared white bat. What is vital to the survival of local tribes. The white bat is believed to possess mystical power, and its loss will curse the tribe with misfortune. A journey takes him to deep into the Africa jungles when exaggerated physical comedy and unpredictable minimalism bring the characters to life in a way that is both hilarious and memorable. Cravel's improvisations style shines out as he delivers rapid fire jokes powerfully, whatever and absurd gestures, making every sketch unpredictable and lively. Supporting characters adds flavors to the story, include local tribespeople, essentials, guides, and animals companion. The film's humor is often amplified by the pizzas and colorful personalities that populace is what create a vibrant and action-rated jungle setting. Humor and style. The film's comedy traverse is rooted slapstick visual gags and absolutely as antics often push the boundaries of conventional comedy, interruptions, physical humor involving animal consume and the boundaries of conventional comedy, interruptions, rapid pacing, the effect, and cry improv genius. Its approach appeals to audiences who enjoy energetic, unpredictable comedy that doesn't take itself seriously. Themes and message were primarily designed for the life subtly touch on themes of environmental conservation, respect for nature, and the importance of cultural understanding. Its antics often highlight the beauty and unpredictability too of widely and indigenous cultural events. If thought comedic less, however, these themes are secondary to the main goals. The film's embrace and its account can be over the top tone, making no apology for its ridiculous scariness. Its style is characterized by repeat acting, Jenny's sound effects, and Carrey's improvisation genius. This approach appeals to audience who enjoy unpredictable comedy that doesn't take itself seriously. Themes and message will primarily designed for laugh. The film subtly touches on themes of environmental conservation, respect for nature, and the importance of cultural understanding. Is antics often highlights the beauty and unpredictables of wildfire and indigenous cultures. Even if thought a comedic lens, however, these times themes are secondary backdrop of the comedy. Some viewers find humor to be overly silly, invidious, or dated, especially by modern standards. Nonetheless, the film has turned dedicated in ways to appreciate its nostalgic and unpretentious. However, strength Jim carries energetic and eventually performance. So you tell me this ability to cry, the film showed energy, how many also pointed Jim strength. Jim Carrey's energetic and inventions performance memorable and hilarious physical comedies can create use of animals and jungle setting fun unpredictable so that keeps you in his weakness or predictable plot heavy reliance on slapsticks and visual gags. Some humors may feel outdated or offensive to modern sensibility like current development. So substitution absurdly and Jim Cry instead it delivers pure entertainment. Comedic genius. This movie is a must watch. However, if you prefer more now storytelling or subtle humor, this film will final verdict is Ventura when nature calls is comedic in its purest form an unrealistic spread of love, absurdity, and Jim Carrey's unmatched comedic talent. It's a film that doesn't aim to self-success but absurdity and Jim Carrey's unmatched comedic talent. It's a film that doesn't aim to sophistication but instead delivers pure entertainment, shows and remains if you enjoy slapstick humor well. Characters and Jim Carrey comedic genius. This movie is a must-watch. However, if you prefer more love story or subtle humor, this film might be overly chilly. The in conclusion, each Ventura when nature calls remains a fun, outrageous and memorable comedy that continue to entertain audience with its unique styles and energetic performance. It's a film that exemplifies early 90s comedy and Jim Carrey comedic peak, making it a timeless peak for fans of goofy, high energy humor. Eight Ventura was Mr. Cross step movie review. Released a year after the phenomenal success of H. Ventura by Detectives 1994, H. Ventura when nature calls is Jim Gray's second outing as the eccentric and unpredictable spy detective. The sequels of the and in terms of slapstick comedy absorb Scanserius and Gray improvisational genius directed by Steve Ulrich. The films embrace a more action-rated Jenny Toons, leaning heavily in directed by Steve Ulrich. The films embrace a moral action-rated Jenny Toons, leaning heavily into physical comedy, visual acts, and over-the-top characters will received mixed review. Criticals, it became a favorite among fans of Gray's unique comedic style and has since attained cult status. Plot overview and narrative structure. The film opens with a Chandra living a reclusive life, having seemingly retired from his outrageous detective work. His quirky personality, love for animals, and eccentric behaviors are on full display. From the start, the story picks up when a tribal chief in Africa requests his child to retire a secret white bat which is believed to hold mystery power and is visuals to the local tribe's well-being. The narrative takes us deep into the African jungles where he confronts a series of wild animals, socialized forces, and performance and characterizations. Jim Carrey portrayals of adventure in this film is nothing short of legend. His energetic, unpredictable, the often fragile performance is heart supporting characters and comes as to the comedic shows. Notables among them is McNeice as Ventura Cadley, the Grey who is both menacing and comical, except the tribe's guide and animals are all accentuated in a way that heightens the film's absurd tone. Humor styles and tune when nature's cause is surfaced by its slapstick visual gags and a general sense of chaos. The humor and delivery Over the top of transporting on the surreal, some memorable comedic moments include are as being mistaken for a wild animals and chased by villagers. His interactions with wild animals such as a sketch involving a fencer charging through a village. The infamous scans where S used a variety of bizarre disguise and purpose to infiltrate the villains is hideout. His hilarious attempts to communicate with the African tribe using accentuated gestures and away from wings, pitches and sometimes downfire ridiculous. This approach appeals to viewers who enjoy high energy, unpredictable humor that doesn't take itself seriously. Themes like environment conservation, respectful for natures and cultural appreciations, the secret wit that symbolize the importance of protecting wilding and indigenous traditions from explorations. However, these themes are secondary to the film's primary goals of delivering love. The movie's portrayals of African culture and widely each action-rated and stereotypical, which has now some criticism over the year of natural intensity. Nonetheless, the film's main focus remains on humor and entertainment, critical reception, and audience response. At the time of release, critics appreciated Sims Carrey's boundless energy and combative talented but criticized the film's filmacy, plot, and realized on slapstick. Many felt that the story was secondary to the comedic bits and that the humor sometimes crossed into jovialence or offensive territory, especially given the film's accentuated stereotypes. Despite mixed review, the film resonated strongly with audience, especially fans of Carrey comedic styles. It became a box office hit, crossing over $212 million worldwide, solidifying its place as a popular comedy of the 1990s. Over the years, when Natural Cause has gained cult following, fans appreciate its unfiltered humor, memorable skins, and Carey fearless performance. It's often regarded as a classic example of slapstick comedy, even if some modern viewers find its hour a bit outdated of overly silly, strained, and becomes stretch. Jim Carrey's unmatched performance, his physically improvisations, and expressive acting make the films endlessly entertaining. Memorable comedy scans from wild animals encounters to disguise the films is packed with out-loud movement, creative use of setting, African jungles backdrop adds an exotic flavor and visuals appeals energetic pace. The film moves quickly, keeping viewers engaged. The non-stop gangs and actions weakness. Weak plot storylines is lost, serving mainly as a vehicle for comedy rather than characters development or narrative depth. Potentially offensive content, some humor and stereotypes may feel outdated or offensive by modern standards. Repetitive. Gang some joke and scenarios are repeated or feel predictable. Lacks of emotional depth, the films relies heavily on slapstick with titles little emotional or characters nouns. Final verdict: Ace Ventura when nature calls is a high-energy, outstanding, funny film that showcases Jim Carrey comedic genius at its peak. It's a chaotic, silly concept the African jungle reflects, filled with memorable sketchy characters and infections scans of humor. Why it may lack a serious plot or emotional depth, it succeeds at as a pure comedic spectacle meant to every entertain and makes audience laugh. If you are a fan of slapstick, physical comedy, or Jim Carrey's wildest performance, this film is a most. It is a perfect example of 1990s comedy that doesn't stay away from absurdity and camp. However, you are looking for more nuanced storytelling or culturally sensitive content might find it less appealing. In summary, its Ventura when nature calls remains a beloved cult classic and cover the top hilarious adventures that continue to bring joy to those who enjoy understanding comedic shows. Ace Ventura where nature calls an exhaustive and in-depth review, introductions and context. Ace when Ace Ventura when nature, a series of comedic set piece rather than a tightly woven narrative. The film begins with a Ventura living in exclusions after his previous adventures, seemingly Smeagol is displeased with the world. His quiet life is described when the local tribal chief of an Africa village contract him seeking his help to the African jungle conserve animals, characters and dangerous villains, especially Vincent Cabby, a ruthless forces who decide to capture the white bat to sell on the black market. The plot is driven by an unorthodox method capture the white bat, the slapstick comedy and improvisations antics with the story often taking a backseat to the humor throughout this journey as face numerous comedic obstacles, mistake identity, wild animals encounters, and humorous misunderstanding with local tribespeople. His antics include disguises, slapstick says, and bizarre interactions with wildlife. Ultimately, his determinations and outlandish tactics help him recover the scarce bat and thwart the villains. The plans are wild, providing a heritage of laugh, characterization, and performance. Jim carries as Ice Ventura. Jim carries portrayals of Ventura is nothing short of iconic. His physically, facial expressions, and improvisational provide elements the films from a simple slapstick comedy to a showcase of comedic talent. Cry signature action-rated mannerisms such as his gesture-wide-eyed expressions and goofy voice are on full display. Carries he mimicking animal sound, controlling his body into bizarre shape or delivering rapid fire jokes. Carries performance is relentless and energetic. The characters over-the-top personality combined with carried improvisations create a manic, unpredictable comedic force that keeps viewers engaged and loving. Supporting characters: the villain Vincent, kindly played by icon MC the character's over-the-top personality combined with Carrie's improvisations create a many unpredictable comedy force that keeps viewers engaged and laughing. Supporting characters: the villain Vincent Cabdi, played by icon RC Caddy is a stereotypical screen villain with exaggerated evil mannerism. His skins are often played for comedy as much as they are for means, highlighting his ineptitude and absurdity. African tribespeoples: the tribespeoples are depicted as colorful, quietly characters who Sense where cultural misunderstanding lead to comic shows animals companions. Various animals from crocodiles to theos are gentle to the humans often used as proper for slapstick. Animals from crocodiles to theos are central of the humor often used to props for slapstick gags as part of aesthetics. Humor styles its effectiveness. The humor is when nature cause is characterized by slapstick and physical comedy. Its effectiveness, the humor is when nature cause is characterized by slapstick and physical comedy, carries action, rated movement, preference, and animals' interaction are the core of the film's comedic visual gags, costumes, dialogues, and animal antics generated many love absurd situations games like his disguised himself. Action-ready costumes are designed to surprise and amuse. Improvisation carries importance. Scales sign with many scales feeling spontaneous and unpredictable. The film's tone is deliberately jappy, exaggerated, and silly is to embrace its absurdly wholeheartedly, often pushing the boundaries of good taste and realism for comedic effect. Its style is reminiscent of slapstick classic but infused with 90s pop culture sensibilities, themes, symbols, and unpredictable message. Well, primarily a comedy, the film subtitles on themes such as respect for nature. The squid with pet symbolize the importance of protecting wildlife and indigenous traditions, cultural appreciations, and misunderstanding the interaction between his and Africa's tribespeople highlight themes of cultural difference often played for comic effect but essentially encouraging viewers to reflect on cultural sensitivity, environmental conservation, the plots, and emphasize on protecting the scarred belt subtly advocate for wildlife conservation even if sensitive approach to such themes. Critical reception and audience impact upon release. Critics generally praised Carrey comedic talent but criticized the film for its weak plot and reliance on slapstick humor. Some found The humor's evaluates or overly silly will other appreciate its goofy charm and Cry's fearless performance. Box office wise, the film was a significant success. Carey fearless performance. Box office wise, the film was a significant success, grossing over $212 million worldwide, making it one of the top comedies of the decade. It resonates strongly with audience, particularly fans of Carey improvisation style and physical comedy. Over the year, the film has cultivated a distinctive strongly with audience, particularly fans of Carey improvisation style and physical comedy. Over the years, the film has cultivated a dedicated fan base and is often cited as one of James Carey's best comedic performances. It's frequently referenced in pop culture, memes, and comedic retrospective. Strength is visuals and practical effect, creative use of costumes, animals, props, and jungle scenery to amplify comedic energetic. Basic the film maintains a break pace, ensuring constant humor and actions, weakness and criticisms. Weak and lack of emotional depth. The film is purely slapstick, lacking meaningful character development or emotional resonance. Cultural and historical impact when nature calls become a defining film for Jim Gray's career, showcasing his ability to cry. Development for emotional reasons, cultural and historical impact when nature calls become a defines films for Jim Carrey's career, showcasing his ability to carry him film throughout sheer comedic talent. It influenced subsequent slapstick comedic and his ability to cry a film throughout sheer comedic talent. It influenced subsequent slapstick comedy and helped solidify Carey's reputation as a comedic icon. However, the film's portrayal of cultural stereotype has also sparked discussions about cultural sensitivity in media, especially in the context of its 1990 release. Its memorable scans such as wild animals, sage, and discuss have entered popular culture, inspiring memes, parodies, and reference in other media. conclusions, the legacy, and find verdict is Ventura when nature calls is quintessence piece of 1990s slapstick comedy. It's an exemplifies Jim Carrey's fearless, unhabits comedic style and delivers a branch of hilarious absurd moments that continue to entertain audience today. Well, its plot is flimsy and its humor is its plot is flimsy and its humor obscurely outdated or culturally ins- insensitive, its overall entertainment value remains high for fans of high energy coffee comedy. It's a film that celebrates Chow's improvisations and the art of physical comedy, making it a timeless, imperfect clutch. Final verdict: eight and wild, hilarious from that capture the necessary of films, carry comedic genius and the playoffs absurdity of 90s comedy. H. Ventura when Nature Calls 1995 an exhaustive in-depth review, introductions and context. When H. Ventura when Nature Calls when Nature Calls hit theatered in 1995, it arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedic celebrate slapstick humor, characters, and improvisations. Acting Jim Carrey had skyrocketed to support with his roles in H. Ventura Pet Detective 1994 as audience eagerly anticipate the next installment as accessing it. Plot and overview. The movie follows as Ventura plays the James pet detective as the travels to the jungles of Africa and India in search of a missing bat. The plot thickens when it discovered that the bat disappears, linked to a sinister plot involving a power-hungry businessman, a team of military commandos, and collections of rare animals with his trademark weak script and ridiculous antics. This must outsmart the villains and recover the stolen animals, all while in navigations the challenge of the jungle's environment, cast and crew. The film boasts the impressions cast including Jim Carrey as Ace Ventura, Chairman Electra as Fellows, Dan Delano as Luz Einhorns, Simon Falcalo as Victor Ventura, Lloyd Price as Eldidos Einhorn, Directed by Steve Oldcraig, the film features a talented team of writers including Steve Woodcock as written director, producers Bob Bay as writers, John Brook as writers, themes and symbolisms as Ventura, where nature calls explosive themes. They are both humorous and thought provoking. This includes environmentalism. The films touch on the importance of preserving the nature while highlighting the consequences of humans' action on the environment. Animals were taught as antiques. The movie advocates for the humans' treatments of animals and the need to protect them from exploration's identity as characters embodying the concept of identity, showcasing how a prisoner's personality and image can shape their relationship and interactions, comedic style and effectiveness. The film's comedic style is perfect blend of slapstick humor, witty one-liners, or ridiculous situations. James Carrey's signature performance as H. Ventura is a masterclass in comedic acting, showcasing this impressive range and versatility. The supporting cast include German Electra as Dinos Bellino, adds to the humor and charm to the film's impact and receptions. Ace Ventura when nature calls was a commercial success, crossing over $112 million worldwide. Critics praised the film for its original story, memorable characters, and impressive comedic performance. However, some critics note that the sequel did not quite live up to the original, citing a less cohesive plot and reliance on reputations, legacy, and cultural significance. His Ventura Van Nature Calls has become a cult classic, appealing not to a new generations of comedic fans who appreciate its absurd humor as over the top performance. The film is impact of popular cultural in evident in the numerous difference and period in other movies, TV shows, and media outlets. Conclusions and final thought. In conclusion, Age Ventura and Nature's Call is hilarious and entertaining sequels that builds upon the success of the original film with its unique blend of comedy, adventure, and environment themes. The movie has become a cult classic that continues to delight audience today as a standalone film. As Ventura when nature calls offers a thrilling adventure that is both perfect and entertaining as a part of the large franchise. The movie expands the world of Ace Ventura, introducing new characters and themes that add depth and complexity to the series. Additional fun facts and trivia. Jim Carrey's improvisations. The film features extensive improvisational acting from Jim Carrey with many scans and lines at lives during filming Africans and Indian locations. The movie was filmed on locations in South Africans and Indians, providing a unique and authentic backdrop for the story. Rare animal collection. The film's voluntary plot revolves around the collections of rare minimal animals, which was inspired by real life animals trafficking case. Carmen's Electra's breakdown roles. Sherman's Electra's role in Ace Ventura, Nature Calls marked one of her early films, appreciates showcasing her talented and charm. This expanded review captured a sense of the movie from its comedic style and themes of its cultural significance and impact. Introduction and context. When Ace Ventura, when Nature Calls it theaters in 1995, it arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedies that celebrate slapstick humor, outrageous characters, and improvisational acting. Jim Carrey had skyrocketed to superstardom with his role in Ace Ventura, dictating improvisational acting. Jim Carrey had sky superstardom with his roles in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective in 1994, and audience energy anticipate his next installment as the eccentric pet detective. This film is directed by Steve Udekirk, who was also wrote and produced. The movie was the sequel to the original, which critics praised for its unique blend of comedy and adventure. The expectations were high, and when Nature's Calls aimed to deliver more of the same with charm and humor that made it Predator a box office hit. Synopsis and plot. The story picks up shortly a year after the event of the first film's Ace Ventura. Jim Carrey is back. This film time is the Congo, where he has been held by dry Dr. Thermal Summers Andrew Ventrains, who has been kidnapped by a group of poachers. The kidnappers, led by a ruthless woman named Victoria Mayor Rudolfo, are after a rare species of gorilla. The last of its kind is accompanied by its trusty sidekick Spike. Set out the resource, the doctor and the gorilla navigations teachers sidekick Spike set out the research, the doctor and the gorilla navigation teachers jungle terrains, inserting locals, and a series of hilarious misadventures along the way. Cast and performance. Jim Carrey reprised his iconic role as Ventura, bringing his signature brand of Jenny energy and humor to the character. His performance is always a highlight of the films, and he proves once again why he is one of the most versatile and talented comedic actors on his generation. The supporting cast, including Andrew Dwarf, Maya Rudolph, and Sean Young, delivers solid performance, adding depth and nuance to the story. Direction, and visuals. Steve Oedekerk takes his directional debut with When Nature Calls, and he bringing a keen sense of comedic timing and visual flair to the films. The movie is full of clever gags with one-liners and ridiculous situations, all of which are expertly staged with framed. The cinematography is lush and vibrant, capturing the beauty and danger of Congo jungles. The film's visual effect was not as sophisticated as those its modern movies hold up surprisingly well, and the movie overall look is a testament to Didok's skill as a director, themes and social commentary. Beneath its weekly surface, Adventura when nature's call has number of themes and social performance is always a highlight on the film. The movie's visual gags on Linus are you surely audience. If you are fans of slapstick comedy, outrageous characters and wit tattle, when Nasser called it is a must-see. Overall rating 4.5/10 on. Additional note: Ace Ventura when Nasser called was a comedical success, grossing over $212 million worldwide. The films received generally positive reviews from critics, with many praising Jim Carrey's performance and the movie's visual. The movie's script was written by Steve Oedekerk, who also directed the films. The film's title, When Nature Calls, is a play on the verse When Nature Calls We Answer, and reference to the movie's themes of conservation and the natural world. The film features a movie of memorables. The film's title, When Nature Calls, is a play on the phrase When Nature Calls We Answer, and reference to the movie's themes of conservation and the natural world. The film features a number of memorable characters, including ex-trust sidekick Spike and the villainous Victoria. When Nature Call has become a cult classic, with many fans getting it as one of their favorite Jim Carrey movie. So guys, you try to comment your review and you comment you thumbs up and what you like this part. Introductions and context. When H. Ventura Vanessa calls hit theaters in 1990, it arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedies that celebrate slapstick humor, outrageous characters, and improvisational acting. Carrey had skyrocketed to superstardom with his role in Ace Ventura: Pet Detectives (1994) and audience yearly skyrocketed to superstardom with his role in Ace Ventura: Pet Detectives (1994). Its audience eagerly anticipated his next installment as the essential pet detective. His films directed by Steve Oedekerk anticipate his next installments, who also wrote and produced the movies as the sequels to the originals, which critics praised for its unique blend of comedy and adventure. The film's premise, whereas Ventura is hard to find a missing whale, while it the jungles of Africa seem like a natural extension of the franchise's Chinese humor. The plot and characters development. The story of Ace Ventura when nature call is a fantastical and actional package ride upon arriving in Africa. Ace Ventura must navigate through the complex world of zoological espionage, while being in Africa. Ace Ventura must navigate through the complex world of zoological espionage, all while being one step ahead of a ruthless Fuller Victor's wax. The film's narratives it filled with over-the-top humor. Prose is hilarious misadventures, the jungle to his country, countless one-liners that have become iconic in comedy history. The movie cleverly weaves together a mix of slapstick humor, right Ventures and impressive stunts, making for an entertaining viewer's experience. Jim Charlie's performance and impact. Jim Charlie's portrayals of the titular characters is without a doubt the standout aspect of the film. His physical comedy skills combined with his impressive vocal sense and facial expressions make Ventura's characters that is both lovable and unforgettable. Carries performance is a testament to his impressive acting range and his ability to adapt to different roles. He completely embraces himself in characters, delivering a performance that is both sensual and community themes and social commentary. Beneath its weekly surface at Ventura, where nature calls us on several themes that were relevant to audience in the mid 1990s. The film's critics the posing of endangered species highlight the devastating consequences of such actions on the environment. It also tackles the issue of cultural intensity with Ace Ventura Fish out of water experience in the African jungles, surviving as a metaphor of the for the clash of cultures. Will these themes are not overly complex, they add depth to the films and make it more than just a mindless comedy. Directions and cinematography. The direction of the film is handheld by Steve Oduorkirk, who brings a visual flair that complements the movie's humor. The cinematography is vibrant and colorful, capturing the flash beauty of the African jungles. The action sequences are well choreographed and visually stunning, making for an exciting and engaging views experience. The film's use of practical effect and stunts adds to its authenticity and makes the movie feel more grounded in reality, legacy, and impact. As Ventura Van Nature Calls has had a lasting impact on the comedy genre, it has inspired a new generations of comedies and actors, and its influence can be seen in subsequent films and TV. So the film's success can be attributed to its bold and engaging humor which resonates with audience in the 1990s. While it may not be as diverse as some of James Carrey's other works, it remains a beloved classic among comedy fans and a testament to the enduring power of slapstick humor's conclusions and final assessment. As Ventura Van Calls is a side-splitting comedy that is both entertaining and engaging with its unique blend of humor, adventure, and social commentary. It has become a cult classic among comedy enthusiasts. Jim Carrey's iconic performance as Ventura comment cement the film's place in comedy history, and its influence can be seen in many subsequent film and TV shows. While it may not be as refined as some of James Carrey's other works, it remains a beloved classic among comedy fans and testament to the enduring powers of slapstick humor. Great recommended blend of humor, adventure, and social commentary. It has become a cult classic among great recommendations if you as Ventura when nature calls and exhaustive in-depth review, introduction and context. When is Ventura when nature calls it dated in 1995, it arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedies that celebrates slapstick humor, categories, characters, and improvisations. Acting Jim Carrey had skyrocketed to superstardom with his role in Ace Ventura, a detective, and audience energy anticipated his next installment as the eccentric but detective. This film, directed by Steve Kirk, wrote the produced to the movies past the sequels to the originals, which critics praised for its unique blend of comedy and adventure. The anticipation was playful, with many speculating whether plot and characters. The movie follows Adventure played by James, who is recruited by a wealthy businessman. Pluton's Greenway played by Ian McNeice investigates the theft of a valuable, rare, and somewhat mystery white leopard named Nantina. The story unfolds in several standards, including as bizarre and hilarious interactions with an assortment of colorful characters as each more businessman Full Greenway, played by an the story unfolds several standards, including its pages and hilarious and integrations with an instrument. This his quest to solve the mystery of the missing leopard themes and message beneath its weekly surface as Ventura when nature calls us on themes of identity, equality, and the blurring of humans and animals boundaries. As Ventura himself is a masterful creation of comedic characters development, embodying both sides of the human experience, wild, untamed, and instinct, yet also neurotic and self-deviating. Throughout its adventure, the film engages in a playful exploration of how we priest and interact with the natural world, raising questions about the very essence of what it means to be humans. The film's exploration of his themes is not only a commentary on the human conditions but also a reflection of the social concurrence and anxiety of the 1990s. Humor and satire. Humor is in his ventures when nature calls range from playful light-hearted jokes to more biting styles. The film is not afraid to poke fun at societal norms, cultural icons, and events itself. A standout aspect of the film's humor is its use of physical comedy, providing some of the film's most memorable moments. However, as the artificial the film itself and the genre of comedy, this meta approach adds depth to the humor, making it more than just slapstick comedy but a clever commentary on the nature of entertainment, impact, and legacy. The impact of Ace Ventura when nature called is multifaceted. It solidified him carries a status as a leading comedic actor of 1990s, something his palace alongside comedic legends of the era. The film's influence can be seen in generation of comedians and actors who followed in Carrey's footsteps, blending physical comedy with nuanced characters development. For Romero, the film's unique blend of adventure, mystery, and slapstick humor helped advance the boundaries of the comedy genre, paving the way of future comedies that will push the limit of what was considered acceptable on screen. Conclusions. As Ventura when nature calls a cinematic treasures that not only entertains but also offer a rich tapestry of themes, characters, and humor. It is a testament of the power of comedic storytelling and the boundless creativity of its cast and crew. As we look back on the film's legacy, it's clear that as the era's culture and the resilience entertaining adventure that continue to captivate audience to this day, whether you are a fans of Jimmy Careful, a lover of slapstick comedy, or simply someone who appreciates a good story. Ventura where nature's call is a must watch, a film that will leave you laughing, nodding your head in recognitions and early anticipating the next installment of his adventures. Recommendations is Ventura when Nature Call is a must-see for fans of Jim Carrey's slapstick comedy and adventure films. Its unique blend of humor, style, and actions make it stand out in the comedy genres. Even years after its release, the film remains a relevant commentary on your perceptions of the natural world and the human conditions. If you have seen it, do yourself favor and get ready to laugh, smile, and maybe even learn a thing or two about yourself and the world around you. Trivia and fun fact. Jim Carrey's in improvisations. Jim Carrey was known for his improvisational skills, and in Ace Ventura, when Nisser calls, he improvised many of his lines, including some of the film's most memorable moments. Steve Woodkirk direction style. Steve Woodkirk direction style is characterized by his love of physical comedy and his willingness to take risks. In Ace Ventura when nature calls, he balanced slapsticks humor with more nuanced characters development. Iron MCU's performance and MCU's portrayals of Frozen's Greenway is often cited as one of the film's most underrated performances. His subtle blend of humor and means adds depth to the story. The film budget for his Ventura when Nature's Call was estimated at $30 million, a relatively modest sum outstripping the film's global box office success, which crossed over dollar 212 million worldwide. The film's cultural significance as Ventura when Nature's Calls is often cited as one of the most iconic films of the 1990s. A decade known for its celebrity, cultural, and pop art, the film influence can be seen as futures comedy and even in the broader pop culture landscapes. Cast and crew. Jim Carrey as H. Ventures and NC as Fulton Greenway. Young as Victoria Vultured or Platt Forces. Olivia Platt as Fossa. Seamus Clough as OTT. Storm MC1 as Offers Stevens MCK. Victoria Robles as Lois in Horns Crew. Director Steve Producers Sherry Baxter. White Streak Kirk. Cinematography Yule Strangers. Eddie String John Paul. Music Danny Elfman. Award and nominations. Golden Globe Jim Carrey nominates for Best Actor in a motion picture comedy or musicals. MTV Mobiles Award. Jim Carrey won for Best Comedic Performance. Jim Carrey won for Best On-Screen Duo with Sean Young. Blockbuster Entertainment's Award. Jim Carrey won for Favorite Actor Comedy. You guys, what you doing this? But you comment, you thumbs up, and what release you reviewed, and you in the comment you are thinking. Okay, guys, H. Ventura when Nature Calls 1995 an exhaustive and depth review, introduction and context. When H. Ventura when Nature Calls is theaters in 1995, it arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedies that celebrate slapstick humor, outrageous characters, and improvisational acting. Jim Carrey had skyrocketed to superstar with his roles in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective 1994, and audience eagerly anticipate his next installment as the eccentric pet detective. This film, directed by Steve Woodcock, who also wrote and produced the movie, was a sequel to the originals, which critics praised for its unique blend of comedy and adventures. The plot and characters. Ace Ventura when Nestor follow the returns of the titular detective Ace Ventura. He takes on this most challenging task yet. Ventura, a changy and flamboyant private detective, specializes in solving cases involving animals, often finding himself in absurd and dangerous situations. This time, Ventura is hired by the new African government to find their missing bat. Vibrant city of Miami, Florida, where he encounters a new set of characters, including a quietly zoologist named Finkel, played by Simon Callow. Themes and subplots for the film. Several themes and subplot embrace ending, identity, and self-discovery as Ventura navigates different cultural and environment. The films also explore the conjugations of playing with nature and the dangers of meddling with the natural orders. Additionals, the movie touches on issue of colonialism and imperialism, highlighting the complexities of cultural exchange and the power dynamics at play. Performance and comedic elements. The film boasts a talented cast with standout performance from Jim Carrey, who fully commits to his roles as the eccentric H. Venturas, delivers a memorable performance as the villains. Dr. Lawson, a Scottish big games hunter on the hunt for the bat. The comedic elements are plentiful, ranging from slapstick humor to witty one-liners and satirical commentary on social norms. Directions and cinematography. Steve Woodcock direction is a mix of frantic energy and deadpan humor, creating a unique tone that complements the film's themes. And cinematography is a visual feast, capturing the vibrant colors and textures of the African Seventh in the bustling streets of Miami. The film's editing is fast-paced and energetic, mirroring the pace of the characters' antics. Music and soundtrack. The soundtrack for Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls features a range of electrics and catchy tunes from classic rock to hip hop and R&B. The score is a blend of Oscar perfectly capturing the film is light-hearted and combined comedic. Two notable tracks include "Kickstart by Heart" by Notley Cruel and "Lose Yourself" by Eminem, although the latter was not actually included in the original soundtrack. Impact and legacy. As Ventura Van Nature Call was a commercial success, crossing over $115 million worldwide, and crematic commenting Jim Carrey's status as a comedic superstar. The film received mixed reviews from critics, with some praising its originality and humor, while others found it to observe and disconnect. Despite this, the movie has developed a cult following and is widely regarded as a classic of 1990s comedy. Its influence can be seen as subsequent comedy that features absurd characters and ridiculous situations. Conclusion. It conclusion is Ventura when nature call is a flawed yet persisting film that showcases Jim Carrey's unique brand of comedy film with its changing characters, cheeky plot, and memorable performance. The movie is must seen for fans of 1990s comedic and Jim Carrey's eccentric persons. While it may not be a perfect film, as Ventura Venezuela is memorable and entertaining was that continued to delight audience with its affairs and irreverent spirit. So guys, you are fine, I am fine, you I thank you. Another deep dive review this movie, so you continue with me. I told you another review, so continue. Introduction and context. When S. Ventura when Mr. Cole hit theaters in 1991, it arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedies that celebrate slapstick humor, outrageous characters, and improvisational acting. Jim Carrey had skyrocketed to superstars with his role in as Ventura Bad Detective 1994, and audience eagerly anticipated his next installment as the essentials at Detective. This film's directly by Steve Woodcock, who also wrote and produced the movie, was the sequel to the originals, with critics praised for its unique blend of comedy and adventures. Making of the movie, the success of the first film led to green light for the sequels with a large budget and a more ambitious story. The movie follows Ventura as he returns to the jungles to investigate the theft of a bat from the sun's deer. So the bat, a rare and enraged species, is believed to hold the key to a complex country, and as investigation led him to the heart of the jungles, where he encounters a new cast of characters, including a villainous possessor, a seductive anthropologist, and a group of eccentric jockeyers. The cast and characters. The film boasts a talented cast including Jim Carrey as the titular character and McNeice as the villainous Dr. Flex, and Simmons Fellows as the happiness Zuckerberg's Pluton's screen walls. The movie's cast also includes numbers of notable guest stars, including April Pinchel as the voice of the Bat Trainer, Session as a bumbling zookeeper, and Danny Woodburns as a dingy zookeeper. The comedy and style. As Ventura Vanessa Ball is a comedy that viewers it hard of it on its relevance with a series of outrageous and absurd situations that poke fun at the conventions of adventure movies and the absurdity of jungles expeditions. The movie's comedy is often slapstick and over the top with a series of elaborate set piece and physical gangs. The showcase Jim Creel's incredible comedic talent. At the same time, the movie also has a strikes edge with a number of hinting references to the excess of 1990s pop culture and absurdity of nature documentary. The themes and message. Well, the movie is primarily a comedic. It also touches on a number of themes and messages that are relevant to the 1990s and beyond. The movie's explorations of the jungles and its creators serve as a commentary on the dangers of ocean and the importance of conservation. At the same time, the movie's absurd and over-the-top humor also serve as a commentary on the excess of modern directions and cinematography. The movie was directed by Steve Kubrick, who brought a unique visual style to the films. The movie's cinematography is often lush and vibrant with a series of elaborate jungle set and a number of impressive action sequences. The movie's direction is also notable for its use of montage and quick cuts which serve to heighten the energy and excitement of the movie's comedic set piece. With a number of catchy and updated turns that serve to heighten the movie's comedy moment. The soundtrack also include a number of motifs, including the movie's main themes, with its catchy and unheard tune that has become synonymous with the movie. The legacy and impact is Ventura Vanessa Call was a commercial success upon its release, grossing over $106 million at the box office and cementing Jim Carrey's status as a leading comedic actor. The movie has also had a lasting impact on popular culture with a number of memes and references to the movie that continue to circle to this day. At the same time, the movie has also been praised for its unique blend of comedy and adventure, which has influenced the humors of subsequent comedy and adventure movies. In conclusion, is Ventura when nature calls. It's a comedy that was it has on its sleeve with a series of outrageous and absurd situations that poke fun at the convention of adventure movie and the absurdity of jungle's expeditions with its talents cast a unique visual style, and memorable soundtrack. The movie is a must-see for fans of comedy and adventure movie alike. Whether you are fans of Jim Carrey or just looking for a fun and lightened movie, as Ventura Van Ness call is sure to deliver final thought. Well, as Ventura Van calls may not be as widely remembered as its predecessor, it remains a blunt and iconic comedy that continues to entertain audience to this day with a unique blend of comedy and adventure. Its talented cast and its memorable soundtrack, the movie is a must see for fans comedy and adventure movie alike. Whether you are fans of Jim Carrey or just looking for a fans and lighthearted movie, as Ventura when nature calls is sure to deliver. So you continue with me. I tell you this other new information. So I going to in this movie very depth through. So you continue with me, not other videos like you. So continue with me to not other like videos. So when I ventures introduction and context. And as Ventura Van Nature called it theater in 1998, arrived amid a wave of 1990s comedies that celebrated slapstick humor, outrageous characters, and improvisations. Acting Jim Carrey's had skyrocketed to superstardom with his role as Ventura directly early anticipate this next installment as the eccentric pet detective. This film, directed by Steve Overcock, who also wrote the produced the movies, was the sequels to the original, with critics praised for its unique blends of comedy and adventures. The making of the movie, the success of the first film led to a longer development period for the sequel as the writers and producers refined the script and made adjustment to the story. The film's budget was increased to $30 million, significant boost from the originals, create the popularity, more elaborate set sequence and special effect. The movie's marketing campaigns relied heavily on the popularity of Jim Carrey with series of humorous trailers and T-Sports focusing his signature antics. Return of the iconic characters in Ace Ventura when nature calls Jim Carrey reprised this role as the titular character Jazzy and flamboyant detectives specialize in solving crimes involving toxic animals. The films introduced a new plot as its Ventura travels of Africa investigation the theft of a skirt, but upon this arrival he clashes with the rival detective actors Valence and who represent to the opposing side of the conflict. The dynamic between these two characters drew on of the comedic energy in the film's new supporting characters and comedic set pitch. The sequel introduced a range of new characters is offering opportunities for humor and style. His father, Captain Carl Venture, played by Andrew Devoff, as is a group retired military officer with a penchant for revelry. The characters of Lockhart, played by Seamus Callow, is a self-absorbed, high-strung jockey who frequently finds himself as odds with as this relogue, providing additional comedic as the characters interact their personalities clash and action adventures and cultural comedy whereas ventures where nature calls is primarily a comedy. It also incorporates elements of action, adventure, and cultural commentary. The film's African setting allows for a commentary on calculations, cultural appropriations, and class of westerns. Individuals value the movie's tone is often interesting and satirical, poking fun at the conventions of action adventure film and the cultural norms of the film set the film impact and receptions as Ventura when Nature Call was commercial success gross over $187 million worldwide on a $30 million budget. The film's